This morning, an update to Quadrant Wilson's case, what prosecutors now plan to charge him with.
Autopsy results released in the death of the 10-year-old Chippewa Falls girl.
And we are keeping our eyes to the radar this morning as multiple rounds of showers and storms are expected into the weekend.
Good Friday morning, folks. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. It is April 29th. I'm Josh Breiter.
And I'm Leah Lynchide. Chris Stanford is off this morning. To our top story, prosecutors plan to charge Quadrant Wilson with possession of cocaine after they say police found him with the drug the day he was shot.
Newly filed court documents show Wilson has reached a tentative plea deal for a pair of drug charges filed against him. The 38-year-old is the man at the center of the officer-involved shooting case on the city's east side earlier this year. His family says Wilson was shot multiple times during his arrest in early February. Documents show as part of this plea deal, Wilson will get likely 3 years in prison. According to the deal, Wilson will plead guilty or no contest on both charges.
In Chippewa Falls, the medical examiner there releasing the preliminary autopsy findings in relation to the death of 10-year-old Lily Peters. It shows she died of strangulation and blunt force trauma. The cause of death listed as homicide. A 14-year-old suspect is now being held on $1 million cash bond.
New this morning, a jury in Milwaukee has found Clifton Blackwell guilty of first-degree reckless injury using a dangerous weapon. This for that hate crime for throwing acid on a Latino man back in 2019. Blackwell asked Muhammad Villajaz to move his car from the bus lane back in November 2019. The two argued, in which Blackwell attacked his ethnicity before throwing acid on him. Blackwell is now set to be sentenced on May 18th. He faces up to 20 years in prison.
In Minnesota, Derek Chauvin's attorney is asking for a new trial in the former police officer's conviction for murdering George Floyd. He filed an 82-page brief containing multiple reasons he believes the original trial was unfair. Chauvin is currently serving a 22.5-year prison term on his conviction. He pleaded not guilty in the case, but pleaded guilty in a federal civil rights case involving the same incident.
Gun violence in the U.S. rose during the first year of the pandemic. According to the study published in the JAMA Network Open, there were roughly 4,400 excess deaths linked to firearms between March 2020 and the following February. There were also more than 10,000 excess non-fatal injuries. 4 states, New York, Illinois, Michigan, and Texas, accounted for most of the shootings.
All right, it's 6:02 now. Chris Reese is here with your First Warn Weather, your certified most accurate. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning. We've been talking about tracking some of those rounds of showers into the weekend. You see some of that on radar, at least right now. Most of this not impacting our area. So you were dry, headed out the door this morning. You might run into some showers, though, for your evening commute. This is as moisture really starts to get itself going back to our south and west. So keep that in mind as you begin to head out the door. Roadways are all smooth and clear right now. This is the Beltline at John Nolan. Folks are just speeding along there, to be quite frank. But I'll give you the green light all day long, even though by the time you get towards your afternoon and evening commute, you might need the windshield wipers as a couple of evening showers try to work their way on through. Right now, it's 45. This is the warmest morning we have had all week. It is cloudy, though, and we're generally going to be married to the cloud cover as we go throughout today. You might see a couple peaks of some sunshine, but expect cloud cover overall. Janesville, 1 degree warmer at 46. Same for our friends in Platteville. Mineral Point and Monroe at 45. It's 46 in Lone Rock as well. The Dells have been the cold spot for the past several mornings. They're at 37 as you begin to head out. We put Future Track into motion. This is 9:30 tonight. Here comes the shower activity from the south and west. It's the leading edge of an active Saturday for us. We'll see additional rounds of some showers early in the morning on Saturday. Then you'll get a break before another round of showers starts to move into the afternoon, and then another round of showers into the evening. You're still going to see breaks between each round. This is why I'm telling you, don't cancel your outdoor plans. Don't cancel your trip to the farmer's market, but watch the weather as you begin to head out. We also really need to pay attention to this round into the evening because those could be a little bit stronger. In fact, we do have a marginal risk that is level 1 out of 5 for severe storms for most of the area far to the south and east of Wisconsin, or far southeastern Wisconsin rather. That's where we do have that slight risk, level 2 out of 5, to see some stronger thunderstorms. Here's my bottom line. multiple rounds of storms do come through as we start to move into the weekend. Some stronger storms are possible, but I am not expecting a severe weather outbreak. And again, don't cancel your plans, but follow the weather. Download that First Warn weather app. You can find it on the App Store, and we will keep you up to date with everything that you will need to know as you head into the weekend. More showers on Sunday, 54. Monday, we're at 60, generally cloudy. That's because more rain chances are moving in by Tuesday, with additional rain chances later in the week.
We've really struggled to get into the 60s this spring. Chris, do you think in the long-term outlook we might finally start to see some dry, warmer weather?
Eventually, we have to. There's no choice. But
eventually, Leah.
Eventually, it's going to happen.
Wait till June, Leah.
By July, I mean, certainly we're going to do this, right?
No.
Okay.
We will start to warm up, but it's going to take us through the first half of May before we really begin to do it.
Okay, you heard it here first. Chris Reese, thank you very much. Looking ahead now, Madison chef and restaurant owner David Heide says his flagship restaurant in Fitchburg, Liliana's, will close permanently on June 15th. In its place, he's going to be opening 2 new concepts. One is called Ollie's, the other St. Charles Station. Both will go into the same building. Ollie's will feature accessible farm-to-table food. St. Charles Station will be a sit-down fine dining New Orleans restaurant.
There's something new brewing at Delta Beer Lab in Madison. It is now offering a new West Coast IPA brewed by an all-female team. It's a collaboration with the Pink Boots Society, which was created to assist, inspire, and encourage women or non-binary individuals in the alcoholic beverage industry to advance their careers through education. This morning, Starbucks workers at an eastern Wisconsin location have successfully joined the national movement to unionize. Gabriella Bacar reports from Oak Creek.
Feels super exciting.
Sydney LaVarnfall is a part-time shift supervisor at Starbucks and now fully protected by Starbucks Workers United. She and her co-workers voted to unionize so they could have more of a say of what goes on in their store.
We're gonna bargain for better pay, better wages, that kind of thing, benefits of course, and then just things like showing our personal freedom, so that can include like dress code, things like that.
The Starbucks employees first started tossing around the idea to unionize at the beginning of the year and publicly filed in February. On Wednesday, the National Labor Relations Board counted their ballots to confirm a majority wanted to be represented by Workers United.
One thing that we really didn't know is how much control the union will have on everything.
Starbucks tells us they respect the store's right to organize and is committed to following the National Labor Relations Board process. In a statement, a spokesperson says, quote, "From the beginning, we've been clear in our belief that we are better together as partners without a union between us, and that conviction has not changed." National reports of employees getting fired after leading efforts to unionize didn't scare LaVarnfall and her co-workers away from taking a vote.
I think at the beginning it was a concern, but the union, Starbucks Workers United, really, we feel like they have our back 100%. So I feel like at our store, we don't feel like we have a risk of being fired or retaliated against because we have such a great support system.
And she hopes other Wisconsin stores follow their lead.
It feels inspiring, and I hope that it inspires other people too.
That was Gabriella Bacara reporting. Workers say they're not only hoping to see support from other stores, but also their customers.
All right, 6:07 on your Friday. Coming up, a lesson from a local coach in stepping up.
Plus, why community leaders in Racine are thinking outside the box with a basketball game.
Your John Deere is here. Get yours during deer season. Right now, get your new X700 series with 1.49% for 48 months. Get a John Deere now and
power up with Sloan's.
How will you mow? Find out today at Sloan's.
Shop the Spring Savings Double Up Sale for double rebates on our most popular appliance and grill brands. Shop in-stock specials like this Amana top-load washer for just $5.48. This KitchenAid dishwasher for just $7.98. This GE convection range with air fry for just $8.98. Or this LG 25 cubic foot French door refrigerator for just $14.98. Shop GrandAppliance.com or a store near you. Grand Appliance, the appliance experts.
Over these past months, we've all experienced changes and a great deal of reflection. But here's a change you can truly be excited about. Sonobello, America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist, permanently removes the fat from your stomach, hips and thighs, and back.
I
I walked past mirrors. I didn't want to see any of that. I can't even tell you how excited I am about Sono Bello and what they've done for me.
I'm just living my best life now because I'm being the best that I can be.
Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently. Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation. Plus, get $250 off instantly. You deserve to do something for you. Call 1-888-512-1753 or go to sonobello.com now.
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head in monthly payments, there's a secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $10,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're Credit Associates, and we're offering you free information on how to completely resolve your credit card debt with a monthly payment you can afford. To see how much you could save, call now. 1-800-300-8042. Don't declare bankruptcy. Don't consolidate. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. After all, we depend on your success and offer a guarantee so there's no risk to call. Credit Associates. Live better, debt-free. Find out how easy it is by calling now. For the secret the credit card companies don't want you to know, call Credit Associates now and see how much money you could save for free. Call 1-800-300-8042.
Your John Deere is here. Get yours during deer season. Right now, get your new Z500 series with 4.9% for 60 months. Get a John Deere now. And
Power up with Sloan's.
how will you mow? Find out today at Sloan's.
You're watching Madison's fastest growing newscast. News 3 Now this morning.
Welcome back. The NFL draft is underway. The Packers capitalizing on having 2 first-round picks.
Yeah, many fans expecting the Pack to take one of the many top receivers last night, but they all went before the Packers had the opportunity to choose any of them. The Packers addressed the defense, adding 2 players from the national champion Georgia Bulldogs historic defense, with the 22nd pick linebacker Quay Walker, the 28th pick defensive tackle Devontae Wyatt, and when asked, GM Brian Gutekunst spoke on not taking a receiver.
You know, I think we were through some scenarios, there were some conversations and stuff. I think at the end of the day, you know, we have 4 picks in these first 2 rounds, and we felt really good about sitting and picking. We certainly explored some options. There was a little run on receivers there, I think, you know, and once that kind of happened, I think, you know, we were kind of like, thought we would stay and pick, and that's kind of how it unfolded.
The 2nd and 3rd rounds are set to start tonight at 6. That's when the Packers are set to make 3 picks at 53, 59, and 92.
This spring, Coach Doug Maughan has seen his share of track and field meets get canceled because of the weather. 2 weeks ago, Sun Prairie was about to call off another one until he took action to help out the Cardinals and their opponent with a bus trip to Beloit. Sports Director Zach Hanley has more.
Looking good, Icy. Looking good.
Spend 1 second around Doug Maughan.
You gotta say it with some power.
And you'll get a boost.
He might be the most passionate track and field person I have ever had the pleasure of knowing.
Think of Easter bunnies. Good. Set.
Pretty much 24/7, 365.
Go.
He's thinking about track and field.
We knew we were gonna be short bus drivers in the spring, and so we got our bus driver's license.
Little did Maughan know that getting his CDL would come up big early in Sun Prairie's season.
We had gotten to the meet, and he wasn't there, and we were all just kind of wondering where he was.
The Cardinals soon found out
nice one.
Maughan was on his way to Beloit with a bus.
For him to go pick up an opposing team, drive them up here, take time off, that couldn't have encapsulated him more. That was Coach Maughan.
I know they'd lost a couple other meets due to a lack of a bus driver, and you know, it's no different than our kids. You know, that was the easiest plan was, you know, I could get a bus from Cobeson and drive down and grab those kids and come right back.
And he did.
He just hurdled.
The meet happened. The kids competed.
If it helps those kids have a better day and it helps Sun Prairie a little bit, you know, I think it's a win-win for everybody.
And in the process, they learned a little something from their head coach.
It just said to me that you do the right thing when you have the opportunity to, and he had the opportunity to, and it set a great example.
Got it, got it, got it, got it, got it, got it! Yeah!
Love that positive energy, Coach. Meanwhile, community leaders in Racine are thinking outside the box by hosting a unique basketball game. The teams were made up of police officers, teachers, and students. The game organized with the hope of preventing the growing violence and building a bridge between police and the youth in the city. Parents say this is much bigger than basketball.
We have turned our pain into purpose. It has gotten out of control to where our babies are being killed.
Usually the community as kids don't see cops as friendly, but now they can see them all together and playing games together and just having fun.
Organizers say getting these officers out of their uniforms and right on the court alongside the teachers and students and other community members is a win for the community. The winner, not important here because they were all on the same team.
Great initiative there. Love that. 6:15 now. Chris Reese here with your certified most accurate forecast. Good morning, Chris.
We are talking about the weekend forecast. We're going to see rain both days, but Saturday in particular, that's going to be the day to focus on because we could see multiple rounds of some of those showers and thunderstorms as we start to move towards your Saturday. Still some lingering showers, though, as we move towards Sunday. Here's Future Track. The showers initially begin to move in later on tonight, and this is where we begin to see our multiple rounds of some of those showers starting to move through. This is 8:30 in the morning tomorrow. You'll see one round that'll clear out. Another one starts to move through into the early afternoon. This is now 2:30. I'll tell you, though, you're going to see some dry periods between each round of rain, and you might even catch a ray of sun in that dry period, but still more rounds will start to move through. So I'm not going to call tomorrow a complete washout, but you'll want to keep the umbrella and you'll want to keep the rain gear handy if you plan on being outdoors. The evening round is going to be one to watch, though. We could see some stronger storms there. Level 1 out of 5 marginal risk for severe thunderstorms as exists for most of us in that green. Closer to Milwaukee, down towards Janesville and Beloit, over towards Lake Geneva. This is where we have that slight risk in the yellow. That's level 2 out of 5 to see some stronger thunderstorms. Of course, we'll continue to watch that. Also, what's beneficial is all of this rain has now brought this update to the latest drought monitor. We are still abnormally dry, but moderate and severe drought has completely left the state of Wisconsin at this point. We're still going to see a lot more rain as we go through the next week. Check this out. All the rain numbers begin to add up over time. You factor in rain for the weekend along with additional rain chances as we go through parts of early next week. And we're talking, by the time all is said and done, perhaps 2, maybe even 3 inches of rainfall in some spots across the state. This will help continue to bust that drought.
All right, Chris Reese, thank you. Coming up on 6:17 this morning, happening tomorrow, Roundy Supermarkets will be hosting a hiring event at all of its 106 Wisconsin stores. The grocery store chain is looking to hire both full and part-time positions. The event is set to start at 1 and run until 5. If you're interested, you can find open positions on Kroger's website. They will also be welcoming walk-ins.
President Biden says he will not be reducing federal student loan debt by $50,000, as some Democrats have been asking him to do. But the president did say he's considering plans for some student loan forgiveness. He says he'll have an answer in the next few weeks. There are 43 million Americans with federal loans.
The state's largest sustainable transportation conference and expo was held at the Alliant Energy Center yesterday. It featured breakout sessions with some of the industry's top sustainable transportation leaders. They touched on topics like how to incorporate electric and alternative fuel vehicles into fleets and available state and federal programs to help fund them. Vehicles on hand included an electric recycling truck, compressed natural gas snowplows, a hybrid street sweeper, and a propane-powered Ford F-150.
Not a good day for Amazon shareholders. Its stock plummeted at about 10% in after-hours trading. That's its first time reporting a loss since 2015. The company reported a $3.8 billion loss for the first quarter. The difference between that and the $4.4 billion profit analysts predicted is massive.
Meanwhile, Mark Zuckerberg had a good day. The Facebook founder made an $11.5 billion. Zuckerberg's windfall comes after shares of Meta, the parent company of Facebook and Instagram, shot up nearly 19%. Investors were pleased users grew during the first quarter, but as a whole, shares are still down 38% for the year.
6:18 now. Longtime Maroon 5 keyboardist PJ Morton is on a bit of a Grammy streak, but that doesn't mean he's taking any of his solo success for granted. Coming up on CBS Mornings, Anthony Mason visits Morton in Louisiana, where the artist recorded his latest solo album.
You just won your 4th Grammy in 4 years?
I did, yeah, 4 in a row. I can't believe it either, Anthony. So, yeah.
It doesn't get much better than that.
Man, it's crazy. I've been nominated, 16 times, I believe. So that means I lost quite a bit, Anthony, you know.
16 nominations. Good for him. That story and more coming up on CBS Mornings.
6:19 right now, and still ahead for us here on News 3 Now this morning. Video from inside the mouth of a shark. We're going to show you how researchers made that happen.
Yeah, you don't want to miss that video. And in our next half hour, a landmark decision on the FDA on cigarettes. Stay with us.
Download the Channel 3000 First Warn Weather app today.
The lowest prices of the season sale is happening now at Ashley. Save up to $1,100 on Serta Perfect Sleeper. Save up to $500 on a Purple mattress. Get $300 in free furniture on Tempur-Pedic, plus special financing and guaranteed 5-day delivery on in-stock items. Only at Ashley.
Chocolate beyond words. Classic recipe by Lindt.
This is how we do it.
At Pick and Save, we believe it takes the right team to bring you fresh produce. That's why we partner with farmers who grow only the best. And that level of teamwork means better, fresher options time and time again. Because working together is truly what it takes to be fresh for everyone.
To all my neighbors, you got much flavor.
Pick and Save. Fresh for everyone.
We're not just massage envy. We're also facials that get your skin glowing envy. We're talking, dang girl, you look good kind of envy.
All right, tell me your secret and lunch is on me.
This Mother's Day, buy one 60-minute facial session and get a second session free. Massage envy facials, where better begins.
Enough! This doom and gloom ends now.
It's time for a brighter view. Let the sun shine in with 2-for-1 windows from Feldco. Plus, no interest until 2023.
2-for-1 windows from Feldco ends Saturday. Hurry. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
There are so many things we take for granted, and along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for granted too. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
$1 million worth of the best hot tubs in Madison are at Leisure Concepts. And right now, get immediate free delivery, free ozone system, cover lift, matching entry steps, supplies, and training. Our showroom is packed with brand new hot tubs for immediate delivery. We're including everything you need and all at a great low spring price. Leisure Concepts is open 7 days a week. Stop into our packed showroom in Madison on the Beltline at the Park Street exit.
The lowest prices of the season sale is happening now at Ashley. Up to 64% off hot new looks. Plus, get an additional 10% off at checkout. Doorbuster savings throughout the store. And pay no interest for 36 months. Only at Ashley.
6:12 right now. We're back on a Friday morning. Linda sharing her morning. Now, we talked about this last hour. We were trying to figure out where this was. It does look like a lake. Lake Koshkonong. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Yeah, Lake
Koshkonong.
That's what my producer is trying to pronounce it in my ear, and I'm like, I know there. So that is actually where I was last Saturday when I got this massive sunburn.
Linda, bring the sunscreen next time.
I know. There were so many people out. It was nice to see that, you know, that one spring day that we had.
81 degrees. It was gorgeous.
There were a lot of people putting, their docks in. Saw a lot of people out on the pontoons, fishermen, even a few jet skis out there with us as well.
And then it snowed days later.
And then it snowed days later.
Wisconsin, baby.
Like,
we love it.
We're on this roller coaster constantly.
We're here for it.
Hey,
Linda. That's a fun ride. Yeah,
thank you so much for sharing. We love those lake shots, especially as we're getting into summertime season. If you've got a picture you'd like to share with us, please do so over on our website, also our social media pages.
All right, speaking of open water, apparently even sharks sometimes have eyes bigger than their stomachs.
Yeah, take a look at this. One tiger shark in the Indian Ocean chomped a camera, and its eye never blinked, capturing an amazing video of her mouth inside. The camera had been weighted down in the sand by divers shooting a documentary about shark conservation in the Maldives, south of India. The filmmaker says he hates the portrayal of sharks as killers. He and his friends prefer interacting with sharks, even touching them if they venture too close.
What's so funny?
And I'm laughing because there is a part of this video that is aggressive. I think we're all waiting for it.
For the folks. Last hour, Chris Reese was talking about how they're gentle giants.
I was like, you know, Shark Week has taught me that sharks are
going to be coming there.
That's so horrible.
So bad.
We should not laugh. That's not funny.
Oh.
These animals are meant to be out in the wild.
Yes.
You know, protecting their environment is very important. This is really laudable work on behalf of these biologists.
I will tell you, I've had interest in sharks since I was a kid. Like, I go to the aquarium just to see sharks and nothing else.
Do you put your hand in there?
No, but the Newport Aquarium. I won't even touch the stingrays, okay? The Newport Aquarium, though, in northern Kentucky, Cincinnati, has this beautiful, great grand shark exhibit that I love to go to. But growing up in the ocean, I was like, nope, I have a scratch in the foot, not getting in. I was like, I will not have a shark chomping at me.
We're good people, we promise.
Giants. Yeah, we should
that is what we have learned from Shark Week, that they're just curious when they bite.
That was just so funny. Yeah, if you just would have seen us last hour when you were saying that.
I know,
it was like, they're gentle giants.
I truly hope you missed that little clip because it's a bit traumatizing.
It's traumatizing.
It's
definitely got to be from a scene in Giant somewhere.
Okay, Chris, hit us with the bus stop weather.
All right. Whew, let's head to school now. Shark Week is more about the summer. It's not there yet, but we're in the mid-40s, headed out the door this morning. We'll be married to a lot of clouds as we go throughout today, and temperatures should top out into the low 60s for those highs this afternoon. Doppler track, it is quiet for us, but we do have some of those rain showers starting to move in from the west. Those will likely move in later on this evening.
No biting cold in that forecast?
No biting cold.
How long did you think of that one?
You might be swimming in all the rain.
There we go. More shenanigans next. Stick around.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
It's the big snack sale, Friday through Sunday at Hy-Vee. Goldfish crackers, 3 for only $5. Select Frito-Lay snacks, 3 for only $5. And Nature Valley bars, 2 for only $4. Scan the QR code or check out HyVeeDeals.com for more deals.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Claritin provides non-drowsy symptom relief from over 200 indoor and outdoor allergens, day after day. Feel the clarity and make today the most wonderful time of the year. Live Claritin Clear.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Who am I?
Wow, is that really me?
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. This Mother's Day, give yourself or your mom the gift of a youthful, beautiful look. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video that the viewers can watch while you and I talk. And you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock. And what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes in as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. And I did this to my father. We were at home, and we were screaming. 4 minutes, 34 seconds, completely gone.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. These lines bother me. They really do. And this is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It feels great. Looks even better.
I'm Neela. I'm 61 years old.
I'm a professional personal trainer. It's so important to be in good health and to be fit and take care of yourself. How it makes you feel inside is amazing. Plexiderm, seriously, it fixes all that. It makes you feel as good outside as you do inside. Honest to God, it's amazing. There's nothing there, like the bags are gone.
And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. So it targets all those problem areas.
So this would be a daily thing, or just when you want to like get rid of the bags? And
yeah, it absolutely could be a daily thing. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
At our $14.95 price, this Mother's Day is the best time to try Plexiderm. Visit plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Can't get home in time to watch the news? News 3 Now is always on.
Get Channel 3000 app now so you'll have all the day's top stories in the palm of your hand.
The Channel 3000 app. Get it now.
Powered by News 3 Now.
It's the big snack sale, Friday through Sunday at Hy-Vee. Cheese and crackers, 4 for only $9. Nabisco snack crackers, 2 for only $4. And Intamin's Little Bites, 2 for only $5. Scan the QR code or check out HyVeeDeals.com for more deals.
Right now, why lawmakers are wondering if they need to do more in preventing child abuse.
And a landmark decision by the FDA against big tobacco.
And we are keeping our eyes on the radar this morning. Things are getting active as we prepare to storm into the weekend.
Good Friday morning, folks. We made it almost to the weekend. Thanks for joining us on News 3 Now this morning. I'm Josh Sprider.
And I'm Leah Lynchine. Thanks for waking up with us. Chris Stanford has the day off. The headlines this month are too often centered on child abuse across Wisconsin.
Now lawmakers are wondering if they need to do more. In a hearing for the Committees for Children and Families, the state's agency that oversees county-level child protective services in Wisconsin, presented their annual reports for 2020 to lawmakers. Democratic Senator LaTanya Johnson and Republican Representative Pat Snyder found the 27 child deaths from abuse concerning.
I do think that we need to get a little bit more of an answer from Department of Children and Families on if we need to help them and their ability to scrutinize a little deeper, because any child that dies from violence is unnecessary.
I do feel like there needs to be more statewide protocols that are more consistent.
Sunday morning, you'll hear from them and others as we continue digging into the issue of how child abuse is handled at the social services level. You can watch that at 10:30 Sunday morning on For the Record.
A beloved family member lost to suicide and the health systems that weren't able to help. Now the family of 31-year-old Tony Schwegler is hoping to bring awareness to mental health to help save lives. Brother and sister Ryan Schwegler and Jill Squires are sharing their youngest sibling's story. As a frontline worker throughout the pandemic, his family started to notice a change in his behavior and wanted to help, but they couldn't get him into a facility.
There's not a bed available, there's not a doctor available. You have to wait, you know, and 8 weeks. We have to call and do an assessment, or we have.
The family has set up a memorial fund in Tony's honor to help others in need of mental health care. UW Health says it too will be handing out an annual award in his name. They say it will go to an outstanding medical assistant graduate this summer. We have more information on both those scholarships over on channel3000.com. And if you or someone you know is in emotional distress or a suicidal crisis, there is help for you out there. You can call the number on your screen right now. The National Suicide Prevention Lifeline provides free 24/7 service to those in need. We keep that phone number up on our website as well. Again, that's channel3000.com.
This morning, Madison fire crews are looking into the cause of a fire at a local Catholic school. St. Denis Catholic School on Madison's east side had to be evacuated Thursday afternoon when a fire started in a lower level storage room. About an hour and a half later, that fire was out and crews began ventilation. All 256 students and staff members got out of the building safely.
And some dramatic video out of the cross. Take a look at this. Downtown building, a total loss. Part of it falling right there. Following an early morning fire this week. The fire inside the India Curry House restaurant started shortly after 4 a.m. Didn't take long for it to be fully consumed by the time the sun was up right here. There are no reports, thankfully, of any injuries.
6:32 this morning. Some of the people who oversee the entire UW system still don't formally have their jobs. It's a technicality that doesn't stop the regions from doing their work, but puts them in a tricky spot. Amy Blumenfeld-Bogost has been on the board since Governor Evers appointed her in 2020, but has not been confirmed by the state Senate. Our region's term length is supposed to be 7 years, but if Governor Evers isn't reelected in November and she still isn't confirmed, she could be out of the job after just 2 years if a new governor nominates who they want.
It makes me sad as a citizen of this state that there's political fodder with confirmed and unconfirmed boards all over the state.
Bogo says Governor Evers' 7 nominees of the current Board of Regent members have not been confirmed.
All right, 6:33 now. Chris Reese here with your certified most accurate forecast. A look at the radar to start your Friday, Chris.
Yeah, we're going to be tracking rounds of storms as we start to move towards the weekend. We're dry over southern Wisconsin right now. But let's zoom things out, shall we? And you start to see more of those showers really starting to get themselves together to our west. This was all overnight, but things are going to be active again as we start to move towards the afternoon and evening. To our south and west, they're expecting some strong thunderstorms today. That's where we have an enhanced risk, level 3 out of 5, in that darker shading there. Tomorrow, that same system could bring us some stronger thunderstorms, a marginal risk, level 1 out of 5, to see some severe storms from much of the area, but far southeastern Wisconsin does have a slight risk, level 2 out of 5. We'll get there eventually, but we are dry now. 45 as you begin to head out the door. The wind chill is at 40 and temperatures are generally in the 40s for all of southern Wisconsin with the exception of one community, Wisconsin Dells. You're at 38. Everyone else into the mid-40s this morning. We'll all start to warm up though, even with the cloud cover. Lunchtime we're at 57. We'll be into the low 60s through your highs today. Then even with temperatures in the 60s close to dinner, we'll start to see the arrival of our showers. That takes us into the overnight time frame, and then Saturday, where we're going to see multiple rounds of those showers and thunderstorms moving through, one in the morning, one in the early afternoon, another one into the evening as well. Now, we're still going to see dry periods between these rounds of showers and thunderstorms. So if you have outdoor plans tomorrow, don't cancel them. Go to the farmer's market. Just take an umbrella with you as you begin to head out. But more importantly, just follow the weather. We'll see some drier periods that you could be able to sneak in there. That being said, again, it's rounds of storms with drier periods in between. Some stronger storms will be possible in the evening, but this is not a severe weather outbreak. You might see a severe thunderstorm warning or two, but not an outbreak there. And then again, don't cancel those plans. Just follow along with the weather. And I want to give you an opportunity to do that. What you can do is take out your phone, open up the camera app, point it towards the screen, and it'll take you to where you need to go to download that First Warn Weather app, whether you have an Apple phone, whether you have an Android. It'll download it for you, and you can get the latest information. This app follows your location. So if you're under a severe thunderstorm warning this weekend, the app will let you know. Even if there's lightning nearby or heavy rain headed towards you, this app will let you know. But we also post video updates to it multiple times a day to keep you in the loop as well. 54 on Sunday, more 50s early next week after 60 on Monday. A little cooler by Thursday before those temperatures recover towards next weekend.
Okay, Chris Reese, we're all looking forward to that sun a week away.
A week away.
Chris.
We'll get there eventually.
Thank you very much. Perspective there. 6:36 and new this morning. Republican governor candidate Tim Michels says he'll remove himself from his construction company if he wins office. Michels co-owns Michels Corp with his brothers, which often bids for state road work. That, of course, sets up a potential conflict if Michels were to become governor. He tweeted yesterday saying he has stepped away from his job at the company to focus on the campaign and would divest himself from his ownership role if he were to win the governor's race.
To the crisis in Ukraine now, as missile attacks have returned to the capital city of Kyiv. Thursday's attack, injuring at least 10 people, came just an hour after the head of the United Nations met with the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Now President Biden is asking Congress for $33 billion to continue supporting Ukraine.
The cost of this fight is not cheap, but caving to aggression is going to be more costly if we allow it to happen.
The request is likely to be approved, with Republicans saying the Ukrainians have earned it because of their will to fight.
Now to a milestone decision by the FDA announcing a plan to ban all menthol cigarettes and flavored cigars in the U.S. The move is being called the FDA's most aggressive action against the tobacco industry in history. It would impact nearly 20 million cigarette users. Menthols make up 37% of the cigarette market. They are the choice of 85% of black smokers, compared to just 25% of white smokers.
It's a big source of profit.
It's the same population that does worse with lung cancer, that gets less access to treatment, and their survival is much worse. So to me, it's a no-brainer.
The restriction still needs to be approved. That action could take up to 2 years.
Children as young as 6 months old could soon be eligible for a COVID vaccine. Local doctors say it's the crucial next step in ending the pandemic.
It is a positive next step because there's 20 million unvaccinated kids or kids that don't have the option to be vaccinated at this point. This is the last group that needs to be eligible.
Moderna has asked the FDA for emergency use authorization for a COVID vaccine for children under 5. Last month, Moderna released results of a clinical trial involving 6,700 children under 5. Officials say the vaccines are safe and common reactions were minimal, including pain at the injection site and a slight fever. Approval could come by summer. Coming up on 6:39 on a Friday morning, live look outside. Traffic moving along just fine as we bring in the weekend. We're talking about a warm-up today, but more rain on the way. Chris Reese is planning your day coming up.
And a historic painting from the White House up for sale if you have just a little bit of extra cash laying around.
At Star N Bank, we think having choices is important, so you can choose the products that are right for your life. What are you waiting for? Explore the possibilities today at starnbank.com.
This is how we do it.
At Pick and Save, we believe it takes the right team to bring you fresh produce. That's why we partner with farmers who grow only the best. And that level of teamwork means better, fresher options time and time again. Because working together is truly what it takes to be fresh for everyone. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Dear gas prices, Toyota's hybrid lineup says, go take a hike. Because we bring efficiency with power and savings with style. Think you can stand in our way? We got this. Toyota Hybrids.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan with roadside assistance. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of industry-leading Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Take advantage of exceptional financing offers from your local Cub Cadet dealer today. To find the dealer near you, visit CubCadetDealers.com.
Double up on savings exclusively at Grand Appliance during the Spring Savings Double Up Sale. Get double rebates on select purchases of our most popular appliance and grill brands and unbeatable package deals. Like this Frigidaire 4-piece kitchen with counter-depth refrigerator for just $23.92. Or this LG 4-piece kitchen for just $29.36. Shop your local showroom or grandappliance.com. Grand Appliance. You make it home, we make it grand.
Today's the day to go farther with a partner that provides you innovative solutions for your own personal financial future. Explore the possibilities today at starnbank.com.
U.S. ad spending is set to surpass $300 billion by 2022, and the greater Madison area is poised for major growth. So now would be a great time to consider a career in multimedia sales and to join our team selling our top-rated media and digital solutions. Work for a company that offers training, autonomy, flexibility, income growth, upward mobility, and work-life balance with a competitive wage. If you have a passion to drive results for local businesses, then visit morganmurphymedia.com right now to apply.
You're watching Madison's fastest growing newscast. News 3 Now this morning.
Welcome back. One of the most iconic pictures in U.S. history is going up for auction with a price tag of $20 million. The Washington crossing the Delaware could be yours if you have the pocket change laying around. The painting had hung in the White House from the 1970s until 2014. It's one of two versions of the scene depicting the general leading soldiers to surprise the infantry on the other side of the river on Christmas of 1776. The other version, the only other version in the world, is in the Metropolitan Museum of Art.
This work is on a smaller scale than the Metropolitan Museum's version, but otherwise it is almost identical. It only differs in very, very small details. For example, the Metropolitan's version, Washington has a watch fob. In this version, he does not.
The original painter made 3 paintings of this scene, but one kept in Germany was destroyed during a World War II air raid.
6:43 right now. Let's get to your certified most accurate forecast. Chris Reese keeping an eye on the weekend. How's it shaping up?
Well, we're going to see rain both days as we move towards the weekend, but one day could be a little bit rainier than the other. What I'm watching in particular, that's going to be Saturday. Temperatures top out around 62 as we move towards your Saturday afternoon, but we're going to see multiple rounds. Some of those showers and thunderstorms moving on through. That being said, that first round could arrive as early as tonight, and then we'll start to see some additional rounds mainly overnight and then into early tomorrow morning. This is tomorrow at 8:30. This is just a round that'll move through. We'll see dry periods behind it before another round moves through into the early afternoon. So do not cancel your plans tomorrow. Go to the farmers market tomorrow, but just know that we'll see multiple rounds of some of those showers at times, and then we'll be dry in between them. Another round moves through into the late evening. This is one to watch because it could feature some stronger thunderstorms. In fact, we do have a marginal risk level 1 out of 5 for some stronger thunderstorms tomorrow evening, along with a slight risk level 2 out of 5 in far southeastern Wisconsin for some of those storms tomorrow evening. But it's all beneficial. We no longer have moderate or severe drought throughout parts of southern Wisconsin. We are still abnormally dry on the drought monitor, but that may change as well as we track multiple chances for rain as we go through the next week or so. The rain numbers truly begin to add up, not just through the weekend, but another storm system bringing rain on Tuesday, followed up with more rain being possible Wednesday into Thursday. We could be talking 2, maybe 3 inches of rain over the next 7 days.
A lot of water headed this way.
Yes, it is.
All right, Chris Reese, thank you. Well, as any gardener knows, the easiest way to keep track of which plants and trees will do well where you live is to check the hardiness zones. The U.S. Department of Agriculture first published those maps in 1960 based on the average annual minimum temperature for any given spot.
As you might suspect, climate change is changing the face of those maps. Here's our Mark Kane on how.
Under grow lights, in sunrooms, in greenhouses, this time of year is filled with anticipation and anxiety. Gardeners and farmers want to plant, but timing is everything.
We have to watch the weather every day here in the spring.
Yeah, we are more obsessed with weather than Gary, honestly. Gardeners are the most obsessed weather people on the planet.
We check it 30 times a day.
We do. I have, what, 9 apps on my phone?
When to plant and what to plant depends on your climate. 60 years ago, the U.S. Department of Agriculture published its first hardiness zone maps. What plants can be grown where based on annual minimum temperatures. There are 10 zones in the continental United States. 10 is in South Florida. The frozen depths of Alaska are a 1. In 1990, southern Wisconsin was a 4. The latest maps, released in 2012, moved us up a notch to a 5. We're warming up.
We've seen that because of the warming, a lot of the plant hardiness zones have already shifted northward.
Michael Notero is the Associate Director of the Nelson Institute for Climatic Research on the UW campus.
I know in the last few decades they've already advanced about 1 zone. And likely we're predicted by the end of the century to shift an additional zone in Wisconsin. And that would allow for some species that are more in the central U.S. to potentially be grown in Wisconsin.
Under future global warming scenarios, researchers believe the hardiness lines will march northward by 13.3 miles every decade. And that means big changes in farming. Changes they're preparing for here at UW-Wisconsin's Foundation Seed Center in Arlington. They develop and grow foundation seed stock, genetically superior seeds sold to producers who in turn sell these super seeds, if you will, to growers and farmers, mostly wheat and oats and soybeans, but that could be changing.
Our growing zones are moving north, then it provides
farmers the opportunity to grow to corn, soybeans, alfalfa, forage crops for livestock and higher value crops.
And for the home garden enthusiast, a warmer climate also allows for more variety.
It changes the plant palette of perennials that are hardy.
Mostly perennials.
In those zones.
And trees and shrubs.
You can more confidently plant lavender now, which is one of our most popular perennials. All those varieties are zone 5.
We've gotten a lot more experimental about things like Japanese maples or interesting red buds. So some of the trees that are a little more uncommon.
But a warming climate also makes for more weather extremes, especially if we continue down the path we're on.
By the end of the century, we'd get much more substantial warming, much more substantial increases in heavy precipitation events, much more intensified weather conditions.
If climate change is causing more severe weather events, then plant breeders are going to have to focus on how do we make our newest and latest and greatest varieties more resistant to these.
It'll be like super dry, and then there'll be a deluge and there'll be flooding. It's just like a roller coaster. So I think that's how climate change is affecting the gardening industry.
In Madison, I'm Mark Kane, News 3 Now.
Another result of a warmer climate is longer growing seasons. The last and first frosts are coming earlier and later most years. 2022, though, may be an exception.
All right, 6:49 now on your Friday. Coming up in the morning sprint, details in the trial on the death of a 13-year-old in Iowa County.
But first, if you have a little kid turning 3 soon, please let us know so we can show their picture on TV. We'll be right back.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
We rocks in the treetop all day long, hopping and bopping and singing this song. All the little birds on Jaybird Street love to hear the robin going tweet, 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 rockin' robin.
I am what I live. My Way, the new floral fragrance, Giorgio Armani.
When you need a paint to fit your lifestyle, Menards has got you covered. From protecting against this, or covering this, to refinishing this, we have a paint for you. You also need it in this color, or even this color. We can do that. Stop in and talk to one of our paint professionals to make your colors come to life. Pick up a gallon of Revolution Interior Matte Paint for only $34.98 after sale price and 11% rebate.
Broadway's Tony-winning Best Musical is Dear Evan Hansen. Dear Evan Hansen, May 10th to 15th at Overture Center. Find your tickets at overture.org today.
This is a town called Basic, where the townspeople are happy with a basic lifestyle. And that's a 2022 Nissan Altima, with more attitude, more style, and a powerful turbocharged engine to help put basic in your rear view forever. Looks like basic will never be the same. The 2022 Nissan Altima, anything but basic.
Now get 0.9% financing for up to 72 months on 14 models.
I'm Rebecca, and you might know me from reality TV.
And this was my stubborn body fat that I just couldn't get rid of. But then I went to Sono Bello, and they permanently removed my body fat in just one visit.
It is so intensely gratifying for one visit to make this big of a change. It's amazing.
Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently on your stomach, hips and thighs, back, and so much more.
It feels incredible to look down, and it's flat. Thank you again, Sono Bello. I'm so happy.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation and find out how you can get $250 off instantly. Call 1-800-595-1532 or go to sonobello.com.
That was funny. Yeah. That's a sick bike.
Boys.
Miss Sanderson?
See you Monday.
No way.
Every day, News 3 Now investigates.
6:52, time for the morning sprint.
Opening statements for the trial of Alexis and Lori Berry are set to start on Monday. The first day of jury selection got underway yesterday. The Mineral Point women were charged in the 2018 death of a 13-year-old girl who was in their care. A forensic pathologist determined Selah Caden died from suffocation and physical abuse.
The Milwaukee Bucks will most likely be without Chris Middleton for the entire series against the Boston Celtics. According to reports, if the Bucks make it to the conference finals, he could miss all of those games too. The Bucks won 2 of 4 against Boston this year. Both wins were at home and both losses in Boston. That series is set to start in Boston on Sunday at noon.
Baraboo is working on renovating its historic public library. The project is made possible thanks to a $6 million loan from the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Baraboo's Carnegie Public Library first opened its doors in 1903 with a collection of 5,000 books. Library officials hope the renovation will help the library serve many more generations.
After facing permanent closure after almost 40 years in business, B-Side Records on State Street has found a new place to call home. Owners say that their old site would be closing to make way for a 5-story multi-use building, but now starting in September, the company says it has found a place to move just a block away, still on State Street.
You only have a few more days to vote for the Best of Madison. The final voting period ends April 30th. You'll only be able to vote once per category, so consider your pick and make your vote count. If you don't mind, check out the 2 News 3 Now teams. I think you can see us there. Yeah, your News 3 Now This Morning team right here. We would so appreciate your vote. For more information on Best of Madison, head to channel3000.com.
Today is National Arbor Day, a chance to stop and smell the dogwoods or the pine or maple and celebrate everything trees do for us. To celebrate, local volunteers and workers are planning on planting trees at Devil's Lake State Park today. Disease and storms have reduced the number of mature trees in the park, and the group's goal is to replace a variety of trees so people can continue to enjoy the beauty of the park for years to come.
Something that everybody should maybe experience once and then decide if you want to experience it again. It really does not smell great.
Oh yeah, Old Brick Gardens getting ready for a pretty big moment. One of their corpse flowers set to bloom in the coming days. This one hasn't bloomed in, get this, 12 years. It gets its name because it emits the smell of rotting flesh when it blooms to attract pollinators. President Biden asking Congress to approve an additional $33 billion in aid to help Ukraine defend itself against the Russian onslaught. In the capital, Kyiv, missile strikes were reported after UN Secretary General met with President Vladimir Zelensky and other Ukrainian leaders. The U.S. is planning to ban menthol-flavored cigarettes. The FDA says it could save more than 600,000 lives over the next 40 years, the biggest impact on the black population. Menthols make up 37% of the cigarette market and are the choice of 85% of black smokers, compared to just 24% of white smokers. And James Corden, the host of The Late Late Show here on CBS, says he'll be leaving next year. Corden made the announcement during a taping of his talk show in LA. He has hosted The Late Late Show for 8 seasons. But he's been signaling for some time that he was considering leaving.
Outdoor track is quiet for now for us here in southern Wisconsin, but that'll be changing in due time. We're going to be watching more showers of thunderstorms moving in overnight tonight with multiple rounds. Some of those showers of thunderstorms as we start to push into your Saturday. I'm not going to call Saturday a washout, but it'll be an active day, especially into the afternoon and evening. You'll get some dry periods in between, though, maybe even a few rays of some sunshine. We've got to watch Saturday's storm threat, though. We do have a marginal risk, level 1 out of 5, for some severe thunderstorms. That's a slight risk in far southeast Wisconsin, and the active pattern continues after that with more rain chances for Sunday and for several days next week.
My gosh, all I want is some 60s, a stretch of 60s.
And some more sun.
Too much to ask for.
We'll get there eventually.
Have a great day or weekend, fam. We'll see you on Monday.